You say, wow, let's enjoy some fun conversation. We'll be shooting the shelf around the nation. Let's start shooting the shelf.
Good morning, everyone out there. I wasn't sure if I was going to land on good or go with a word that was used quite a bit last night and try to take it back. But whatever. Hey, it's time for Shooting the Shelf here on the show, Channel Place, where we do the thing. I'm this guy, and that guy is that guy. He's Curtis. He's the cool one.
Debatable.
No, it's not. How's it going, everybody? How's it going, Curtis?
I'm doing all right. Do you still like me?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna play something horrible, aren't you?
No, I was just wondering because like you used to come hang out with me on OffWorld, and then you know, I don't know. Sometimes I would see you in the painting in the customizing studio. You come hang out with me, and you know, you just don't hang out with me anymore. So I mean, we got this, but I feel like you're kind of forced at this point into hanging out with me. So
I
don't know.
I mean, you know, Friday night I was at setting up for a convention and stuff, and today I was traveling home from the convention and
no, I know, but it's been a while.
Visiting.
It's been a while.
I was in the paint studio or something with you on like Thursday night or something, or Wednesday night.
That was a unique situation, but yeah, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, the unique situation is not good enough.
We'll see. I just miss you. I'm sorry.
You know what that makes you?
No, I don't.
Not a stormtrooper, because they only missed on purpose.
Oh. Okay. All right. Sounds good. I did have a lot of stuff going on this week, including a episode on OffWorld where I taught Joe how to use StreamYard.
Oh, that was in OffWorld?
Yeah. Yeah, we actually did it live, and I ran a slideshow and taught people how to use StreamYard. And listen, I'm no like teacher type person, but I think I did pretty good. So if there's anybody that needs to know how to use StreamYard, there's an episode over there on OffWorld that could teach you how to use StreamYard. So
I might have to watch that at some point.
Yeah. Just went over all the, you know, bells, the whistles, the mics. So
we have bells and whistles.
Yeah, and mics.
I don't give a fuck. His name was Mike.
Fucking Mike.
There you go.
Yeah, that Mike. Hey. Look at that.
All right. You want me to shout out the folks in the chat?
Yes.
All right, let's do it. We've got Crom316, your buddy Mark. He was in the customizing studio today. He was looking for you. I told him Jesse doesn't love us anymore. But there's a lot of folks in there. Ardis was in there. Emil was in there. Jin made his return. We had Dr. Brent. He wasn't painting, but he was putting some stuff together. Can't remember who else was in there, but and then I was working on my pegboard, which I did get installed. But I need they have these like rubber end caps that you can put on them that I did not have, and so it doesn't have a real tight fit on the pegboard. So I had to order those. So those hopefully will be in tomorrow. And so I didn't actually get any figures hung up, but the board itself is up and ready to go. So we got Blake, aka Recon Rage, in the house. He's the star of the new improved OffWorld. So now with 100% more rage. Let's see. We got Sig's Art and Toys here. We got DubDub 3 in the house. Brian Carr is also here. We got Jeremy Govier who sent me the Ghost of Lavi's dagger right here. Look at that. And I could do like the Thundercats, a little sight beyond sight. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. I am is here. Everything else is silent. We got Darla Akerman. I know her. Kirby is in the house. We got MJ Staten. Now, Jesse, I have a box from MJ Staten here, and it's got some stuff for you in it as well. And I'm probably I told him I would save it for a mail call video. So I need to get with you and find out when you would be available. So let me know, and we can open that and see what kind of goodies he sent us. So,
Okay.
And then I will then take the stuff that's for you and obviously turn around and send it because I've got another package coming to you here soon anyway. So I'll just put it in with that.
Awesome.
We got
Thank you.
Who Left Some Warlock here. Kent Pool Collects. And yes, Kent, this is live. So we got Carvar Customs in the house, head of Carvar Con. That is Brian Lynn. We've got Legends Collector 1321. Our good buddy Dylan is here. Jen Sayak, aka Lucky Sprinkles. We got Just Shelve. That is Jesse. He's on screen and in the chat. We got Guaisagwe Echevarria. Yes, or two. A friend or two. Or three if you've got a DubDub 3. We got Dave Orkin is here. Dave was one of the few people that actually tuned in to watch my appearance on Outer Dimensions this Friday, as well as G. About an hour into the show, there's a bunch of people showed up to kind of support me and stuff being on that show. About an hour in, I looked and it said we had one viewer, and it was G. He was commenting, and everybody else abandoned me.
I heard it on someone's phone at the Airbnb or somewhere.
We got Purple Gang in the house. Rosedale Studios is here. Rosedale Studios had some very nice things to say about my channel recently. Been checking out some of the videos. Truly appreciate that. So thank you for the support. Kevin Hamilton is here. We got Van Johnson in the house. Scrolling. Patrick Boyle is here. Saw him last night on PGG. Let's see. Oh, we got a
Shelfies, Dorklair. Shelfies.
$1.99 super chat. When will the Pair be a guest on PGG last night is when. So, Curtis is tired and sore. Yes, it was a long day with the pegboard, dealing with that. Let's see. Tanya McCoy is here. Howdy, Tanya. We, like Jesse said, Wednesday we were on there with Stacy Lynn and Tanya and Jesse and myself. We did some live painting because we saw that Jeremy was not going live. And it sounds like we may do that some more. So if we know ahead of time that Jeremy's not going to be having a show, we may just sit down and do some painting and chill. It was a lot of fun. And I know Stacy and Tanya do a show on Saturdays called Mod Squad. It's very serene. It's a nice way to start your weekend. Grab a cup of coffee, sit there, watch them paint and chat, listen to the birds and outside Tanya's window. Very cool stuff. Action figure girl Stephanie Orkin is here. Let's see. We got a bunch of Love Darlas. Darla loves them back. Purple Ray is here. Paul Morales. We got Dorklair in the house. Let's see. Greg, formerly of the Brute Scale. Oof, I messed that up. Stacy Lynn is here. Tanya says, we loved painting with you too. So awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that. Albert Morales is here, and Arthas, who is also in the studio today. So, and that is everybody. That is everybody. It was a long.
Hello, everybody.
Appreciate everybody tuning in live. Everybody watching us on the replay. So,
Well, and since we're almost 15 minutes into the show, we're going to bring on our guest and do shelf selections in like 5 minutes.
all right, here we go.
Oh, I see you have found the ghost of Rhaegor's dagger. What shall you do with such great power, AI boy? What will you do?
He's up, the three. Flipping birds at nerds. The three. The three. Coolest hats, coolest toys. He's the three. Purple gang gang. Lost at a death for the nothing. The three. Ooh la 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 la. The three. Ooh la 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 la. The three. Slash boom. The three. He's the king of the lands, the free, master of the purple tide, master of the night, master of the night. It's the free. Lacerta Photo.
There you go. Don't let it be said that 100 men can take on a DubDub 3.
Oh my god.
Clearly, he destroys them. So, Jesse, did we break you?
He's broken.
DubDub 3 song goes hard. So,
It certainly does.
Oh god.
welcome, sir. How you doing?
Good.
Heard that you guys had a good, fun Maryland toy show.
Oh yeah, it was definitely great.
Yeah.
I was hoping to see more people, but G couldn't make it. Who else? Big Greg didn't make it.
Actually,
Anthony
it's the
didn't make
Maryland Expo
What did I say?
show.
Oh.
Well, actually,
Isn't Expo a form of dry erase marker? Pretty sure.
Pretty sure almost every word has multiple meanings.
So is that what it was? Was it a toy dry erase marker?
There were two DubDubs yesterday at one point,
Oh,
standing
Yeah?
beside each other.
yeah.
Yes, and I don't think I was hallucinating. I might have been hallucinating.
no, I don't think you were.
Hmm.
He's out there watching on the big TV.
Well, at the beginning of the show, DubDub, we do a little thing we like to call shelf selections. This is where Jesse and I, but not this week, Jesse, found some pictures that inspired us, and we like to talk about them and shout out some accounts. But instead of Jesse this week, we got some selections from DubDub himself, an amazing photographer in his own right. So let's see what we got. Starting with one of mine. This is from Corona4 on Instagram, our good friend Nate Strong, using one of my favorite figures, definitely top 5 figures of all time. I love Hera, and just really nice shot here with her kind of walking through. Gave her some of the I think that's the bastet accessory, right? The little basket. Is that right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then some nice soft goods there. Kind of just walking through this nice little flowery area, and it's just really cool. I thought this was an awesome shot. Definitely one of my favorites that Nate's done. So Jesse, turn it over to you.
That is a gorgeous photo. Yeah, great. Yeah, I just love the colors. You can feel the warmth of the atmosphere. That's really really cool. I like it a lot. Good job, Nate.
DubDub.
Yeah, I saw this one and I was like, I almost sent it to you, but I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I bet you Curtis is gonna pick this one.
Mm.
I was like, sure enough, you did, and I just love
did.
the color, the depth of field, the whole thing just perfect.
Yeah. On top of it, Nate's just an awesome guy. So, next one is from DubDub3.
Yeah, I saw this one and I thought of, just the comic book art and like Spider-Man jumping over Hulk's head, just, taking him off. And I'm like, yeah, that's definitely got to be in there.
Yeah.
And I did follow.
Oh, yeah. I see that. I see it says you're following. I'm just actually checking right now to make sure I'm following. But in the meantime, Jesse, have at it.
This is funny to me. It looks like Spider-Man's doing like, that whack-a-mole game where you hit the little groundhogs or whatever, or moles. It looks like he's like smashing down the Hulk's head as he's jumping over him, and yeah, this is fun. I like it.
Yeah, I am following, and awesome photo. Yeah, I don't know that. I'm not sure if there was like wires and stuff in the background that they took out, or if he just really truly has it posed like that. I've seen some really cool, poses that folks do with like the hand posing or different things like that, and some really neat balancing tricks. But yeah, this is really cool. I like it. I like the way that this is set up. So. MJ says soft chest Hulk. Need to hit that gym, get that hard chest going. All right. Next one. This is from an up and coming customizer by the name of Kent Poole Collects. And Kent Poole loves himself some God's Fire. He actually is in the God's Fire line, for those that may not be aware. And used this Uncle Wayne head along with a Ganesha body to make his own version of Uncle Wayne, and I think it came out fantastic. Nice job to Kent Poole Collects. Jesse, what you think about this one?
I feel like this is the epitome of what Uncle Wayne evokes when I see that head. Like, I knew someday I'd see the right conglomeration of parts. Not that the other ones are not fantastic, but with the robe, it looks like he's just like the uncle you don't want around. Not for like criminal reasons, but just like he's gonna be like
in your fridge.
Yeah.
He's not wearing underwear underneath that loincloth. He's probably smelly, but thinks he's smooth with the ladies. Maybe
and keep
he
in
is
mind
smooth with the ladies.
the hair on top is a squirrel. So
yeah, he just this is fantastic. I love it.
Well, Dylan says it is the uncle that he wants to be around, and it's the uncle he aims to be. So there you go.
Congratulations, Dylan, on becoming an uncle.
Says it's the uncle he wants to be. So
an amazing accomplishment, and I'm very proud of you.
DubDub, what you think about this one?
Yeah, I think this is the perfect body to fit him. Like that Ganesha body I had bought an extra one, but I'm still debating on what I'm going to do with it. But this could definitely be something I could see doing.
Absolutely. And for Kent being a zombie, great paint work. I mean, this would be a great paint job for a normal person that's alive. Yeah. But yeah, undead, fantastic. So next is one of DubDub's.
Yep, of course. I had to have Elijah on because I just love his outdoor photography when it comes to the goblins. And him starting the whole goblin collaboration on Instagram, I love doing it every week, and I just love the way this one looks, the way he's like staring off at a distance, like plotting what he's going to be doing next.
Yeah, I mean, I love, between Elijah and Faisal, like their whole vibe of going out and getting outdoors and see nature and finding these really cool spots to take photos. And just recognizing the ability to just kind of recognize, wow, this would be a really cool shot, or place for a shot, and then just capturing it with the right lighting and everything. There's a lot of, timing involved as far as where the sun's at and that kind of thing. And yeah, this looks fantastic. I love that the little, like, I don't know, weeds, plants, whatever coming up from like the rocky area, like looks totally in scale with this figure. Yeah, it just works totally well. So, Jesse?
I really like the pauldron switch with those Poxus pauldrons.
They could be the Ultimate Barbarian, if not.
Oh yeah,
you can't tell. It looks like the Ultimate Barbarian.
Yeah, either way, it's cool. But the photo, the grass, like he's just chilling, ready to do. This could have been one of the goblin. Wait, no, I can't say that out loud. Never mind.
Like Jesse's got some secrets going.
Well, so do you. Same secrets you have.
Oh, I don't think so. I don't get let in on secrets anymore. I used to be in tight with like the Len, the Wolf King, and then I was like, hey, Len, you should really start working with this guy Jesse. He's really cool. He's close to you. I think he could help out with shows and stuff, and I think maybe he could help out. And then he's like, yeah, that's a great idea. And then he brought this Jesse guy in close, and then he's like, hey, by the way, I don't need to talk to you anymore. I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, that happened. DubDub, any thoughts on that? On Jesse pushing me out of Wolf King?
Well, that's rough. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, neither did I. Next one is one of my selections. This is Cloud_Network. And actually, this isn't one of my selections. I mean, it is now, but it was one of Darla's selections because Darla saw this and said, did you see what Cloud did? And I was like, no, what did Cloud do? And then she showed me and I was like, that's hilarious. And she's like, yeah, I know it is hilarious. Yeah, super cool. So great work. Plus Cloud's an awesome person. She does a great job in the Cabal as an admin. And this is just a great use of that 4-pack. So Jesse?
I thought you said fork pack for a second. I'm like, there's only one. This was one I picked. I just didn't get to. It's been a crazy. Anyway, yes, this would have been in my pick, so I'm very glad to see it on here. I was like, wait, I didn't send you this. Yes, Cloud has been taking some really awesome photos lately. I mean, I've been seeing more of them lately, and this one I just thought was hilarious. I think she needs to retake this after the dragon comes out and put with the charred skeleton down in there, like down in the slot.
Mm-hmm.
Like they didn't get him out in time.
That'd be cool. DubDub,
it'd be hot.
Yeah, I love like that. She even like this. I love the environment photos when people like mix reality with their toys. It's fantastic, and this is just set up perfectly with the fork going right in there. Like, oh yeah, I'll save you. Oh wait, never mind, I'm dead.
Mm-hmm. Well, we got the impression, at least what Darla told me is she got the impression that they were trying to shove him down with the fork.
Good point.
You could see that either they're trying to help him out, or I mean, because like
they're
the
trying to
ones
keep him in.
at him. So I don't know. I'm not sure. Not sure what whether they're trying to save him or not save him, or pretend they're saving him, but really they're not. Yeah, I don't know. So, all right. Next one is one of DubDub's.
Yeah, the whole scene just sets everything up. This Mando just destroying a robot and just Baby Yoda just hanging over his shoulder like, yeah, just kill him.
Do it.
Did Baby Yoda turn into the Emperor? Jesse, thoughts on this one?
I like it. I like it a lot. I like the sparks. I like the pose. I like the dynamics. I like the lens flare. It feels it. Yeah, it's fun. I dig it a lot.
I did want to pull this one back up for a second because I was corrected. Hula Some Warlock says he's not laughing. He needs somebody to help him pull his finger.
No. What this picture is is I fell into the toaster. You're trying to help me out, and Jordan and Van are laughing at me and making it more difficult for you to get me out.
Oh, so I'm the one trying to help you, and what? Like Van's got the fork, and then Jordan is laughing, or vice versa?
No,
Yeah,
no. Van's pointing, and
Jordan's forking you.
Oh, I could see Jordan forking you for sure. Yep. Okay. Back to this one. I really like the setting in here. I like the background and the the whole setup. The lighting is really cool. That spark effect that they added is really nice. This is just really well done. And as I'm looking at this, on the Mando, I'm not seeing like a lot of the joints that, I don't know what.
Yeah, I don't know what figure that is,
but it looks really good. Like the way they've got the armor layered and stuff, it really does a good job of hiding the joints. So yeah, really cool. Yeah, Jesse.
Why am I hallucinating? Is there a purple gang logo over the top of that?
It does look like there is. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe you got some splaining to do, DubDub.
Yeah, it was a screenshot. So yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Having to catch mid-conversation.
I'm checking Mando _mugshots to make sure I was not following. So I am following now. Oh, and
wow.
Jesse, the first tag picture on that account is a really cool Ahsoka photo, just so you know.
So you know, I've had Mando mugshots as shelf selections before, so that means you didn't follow them after I've had them.
It's possible. Sometimes I do miss. I am a human being, Jesse, who makes.
To be fair,
yeah. To be fair, I am a human being that makes mistakes.
I am a meat popsicle.
Hold on one second. Speak amongst yourselves. All right, never mind. Here we go. This one is I put this one on there. Man, I can't remember what the guy's name is on his is this Jeff? Is that right? Jeff. Hold on. It's not Mike. I know that. Jeff Diss. And I saw him posted in the Cabal, and I asked him if it was on his Instagram. And then he went to go put it on his Instagram, but he made it a story, and then he got it as a post. And I appreciate it because I thought this was absolutely phenomenal. Like the more that I look at it, the more impressed I am. All the different colors on here, the way they blend together so nicely, the eyes, the nose, like it is so professionally done and looks so realistic. I was just blown away by the level of detail in this paint job. So Jesse.
It's a fantastic paint job. It's great sculpt. I can tell that this animal does not give two shits about me and will knock everything off the counter as soon as it gets the chance.
All right. I don't disagree with that. DubDub, thoughts on this one?
Yeah, that's just gorgeous. Like the layers of paint and like the different textures and the way the blending of colors is just, like you said, it's hard to tell. Like it's actually not real.
Yeah, look, beautiful. Very good. Reclaim Joey says, is there a formal way to get featured on the show? It's really just stuff that Jesse and I see throughout the week. Now, there are some folks that do either tag us or will send us something if they feel like it should be up for consideration. And if we like it and we think that it should be, we will, definitely make that a selection. But no, there's not like a submission form or anything like that. It's usually just stuff that we see. Yeah, Jesse.
Point of word, just want to make sure that everybody watching this knows, like, there's not like a set of criteria. It's just if we catch it, and sometimes the way the algorithm was, because I am following you, Reclaim Joey, on Instagram, but for some reason I've missed the last couple of pictures. So I just went and liked a couple of them. Hopefully that gets you back into the rotation a little bit. So if we don't pick you, don't think it's because we don't think your stuff is cool. It usually just means we either did not see it, or there's way too much stuff to pick from, and maybe we should do
Instagram's algorithm goes all over the place.
For sure. Next one is one of DubDub's.
Yeah, this one I saw, and I was just like, the whole setting was just like incredible, and I was like, I thought I was already following him, but for some reason I wasn't. And I was like, okay, well, let me click that and fix that real quick. I just love the whole scene behind this. It's just dark, yet there's a hint of light there. It's just I couldn't not pick it.
Yeah,
there's definitely a story going on here.
Yeah, I love the kind of like dark mist in the background, the sun just starting to come through. This it feels like this, moment before battle where he's like collecting his thoughts, maybe making a prayer real quick, and just like getting ready to go out and have some fierce battle. So really nice setup. I love the way this came out, and dude, I'm a sucker for Templar, so absolutely. Jesse?
I agree with you, Dub and Curtis. Like the cool, like dark, oppressive atmosphere in the building, everything, and that spark of light coming in. It's almost kind of like, kind of like some depictions like Joan of Arc, when she's getting spoken to by God to tell her what to do or whatever, or some sort of divine revelation to a character, that's devout. It's really fun. I dig it. I want to know the rest of the story.
Did want to throw this up here. Who Less Warlock told Joey to avoid photos of Richard Simmons. There's an unspoken embargo. The embargo has been broken. We just haven't seen too many people take pictures of Richard Simmons that are what we would call good. So
no. I just it's not something that jumps out at me as something I personally enjoy that much. So I'm sorry that if you're a big Richard Simmons fan, I'm not, but that's okay.
But Thistlethorn, Indiana Jones, and Superman will definitely help you for sure. All right. Next is one of mine, and I've featured this artist a few times over the last couple months, and like his work is just so phenomenal. I can't get over it. And did this Jubilee head sculpt. I don't know if it's two head sculpts and one's got the bubble gum and the other one doesn't, or if it's like something that gets added because they look the same on the two. But I just was blown away. The reflection on the glasses, the way that the gloss on that bubble gum, the eyes, the eyelashes, everything on here. Just I love the blue highlights in the black hair, very comic book-esque. You see that a lot in the comics where they use the blue with the black. It just looks absolutely phenomenal. I mean, this account is definitely one of my favorite ones that I found this year, and I could look at his art all day. It's super good. So, Jesse?
100%. I do think they're set. The shade and the shape of the reflections are a little different on the glasses. So I think it is two different heads, which just goes to show the talent that he's replicated the same look like twice, or she. I'm not sure. I don't know if we know, but whoever it is, it's fantastic. Or unless it's got such a sheen to it that the reflection actually changes, maybe there's some sort of, color shift. Yeah. It's great. And, Jubilee's always been a fun character, but this makes her look a little badass. I dig it.
Yeah. See, for me, Jubilee has always been kind of like a who cares character. But this makes me go, oh, I would buy a Jubilee action figure to put this head on it. So like they, typically with my I've got Marvel Legends for characters, and then once a good Mafex figure comes out, I replace it. And then Mafex put out a Jubilee, and I was like, I'll just stick with the Marvel Legends one. I don't need to spend $100 on a Jubilee. But like if I had a head like this, absolutely, I would buy $100 Mafex figure to throw on it. So, DubDub.
Yeah, I immediately went and followed this. I was like, the everything's so perfect. Those eyes are just incredible. Like the shading on the glasses, the hair, even the reflection on the gum. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, just awesome stuff. And like I said, folks, if you're not following this account, well, any of these folks that we've been showing, if you're not following them, follow them. But this one, I think you'll have a lot of stuff to look at that will just blow you away. And then the last one is also one of mine, and this is one that I found new this week. Started scrolling through it, and it's a lot of statues. And at first I thought it was just like them, like kind of promoting statues that are being sold and stuff. But then I found out that the artist that this Instagram is actually paints these, and awesome, just awesome work.
Whoa.
So this is ttn.painter. And she is phenomenal. If you just scroll through her Instagram and look, I mean, some of the most amazing paint jobs that I've ever seen. So I definitely wanted to highlight this one and throw it out here. But like that Archangel, that was the one that came across my feed first. And I was like, holy crap, that is cool. So yeah, not much more I can say other than holy crap. So Jesse.
I can tell why you like these. Other than the skill, I mean, they both got the Casey Jones hog treatment going on. And you know what? With as many like super enhanced female sculptures and figures and stuff, go for it. You know,
log heaven.
I don't know if I would feel comfortable having either of these standing in my room. But the paintwork is phenomenal, and the sculpt is awesome. But yeah, that paint is. These look like the characters I remember reading in the comics, pushed out into 100% real life. And J Mac asked, was someone just in Maryland? I don't know who you're asking, but I know DubDub and I were both just there yesterday.
Gotcha. Yeah, DubDub, thoughts on these?
Yeah, just incredible. And I went and looked like on the Instagram real quick, and I'm like, you don't realize how big those statues are until like you see the artist like next to them.
Yeah.
Like I was like, holy crap, that's not like a small statue. Those things are like humongous.
Yeah, they're pretty big.
The amount of detail in these is just insane. That Wolverine is just spectacular.
Yeah, and these, I mean, like I said, these were just two that I saw that like the Archangel is one that just came across my feed. And then I started digging and I saw that Wolverine, but there's a ton of them in there that like she's just painted.
Oh yeah.
So Artha says she's from Thailand. So there you go.
And J Mac, I just realized too, he bought one of the Takins, the giant goats from Asia, one of my customs.
Oh, okay. Cool.
That wasn't for sale.
And that is all for shelf selections. So I did get a image that I was supposed to share though. So here's this. Apparently this is DubDub 3 and DubDub 4. So
that's what I told you. There were two DubDubs standing next to each other yesterday. Yeah. This is what I was
And what's
about.
funny is I totally didn't even get it at first. I was like, oh look, it's Van with a beard and a hat. And I was like, oh, okay, I get it now.
So would that make DubDub 7 or is it DubDub 12? Do you multiply DubDubs or do you add them?
Probably add. I need to multiply.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, Jesse, look who's here.
Hi, Mike. Casper. Hello. Curtis is scrambling to find the sound clip.
I'm not. I was waiting for you. I thought you were going to do it.
Do I do it every time he comes on?
DubDub squared. I don't know. I just know you said you really like that clip, so I was trying to help you out.
Mike. Fucking Mike.
Oh, you always carry the dub. Gotcha. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I'm too heavy to carry. Ain't nobody carrying me.
So would that be like DubDub step?
I don't even step right, so you can't even do that.
Lucas here, Justy's here. Something else must have just gotten out that all our friends are just joining in now. Was it Trevor? No, Trevor's been here for a while.
Well, Brick something was on with Recon Rage. That might have just ended. I'm not sure. I gave him trouble because he was going on. He was competing with us. So
replace Mike with
I don't
Brick.
give a fuck. His name was Mike.
Fucking
oh no, it
Mike.
looks like they're still live. So screw them. Don't go watch them. So, is that Allegiance Con Challenge DubDub 3 piggyback rides? What do we think? DubDub?
I don't want to break Jordan's back.
Rob says I'll let them know. You do that, Rob. Yeah.
Oh, don't you dare. We're just teasing.
You tell him Jesse said, F you guys.
Shooting the Shelf sent me.
Strong like bull. DubDub. So tell us a little bit about yourself and your photography.
Well, I've done photography like a lot my whole life because like when I was a kid, my dad used to be like big fans of astronomy and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So one day he went and bought me a Pentax telescope. He goes, you know what'd be really cool? If we had a camera to go on this. Like that would be cool. So then he put it on and we barely used it, and then next thing you know, I just started using the camera and said, forget the telescope, and just kept taking pictures.
And then how did that turn into toys?
Well, back was it 2014? I was doing concert photography a lot at the one local theater, and my one friend who happened to work there was into doing a lot of with toys, and he handed me some Glyos one night and goes, "Here, take these home for your son." And then next thing you know, I'm like, "Well, shit! Now I'm into Glyos." Because again, they had the whole Lego factor to them, where you can mix and match and do whatever.
Right.
And I'm like, and then eventually I got down and I went way too far, and I'm like, spent way too much money, and I'm like, I gotta cut back this a little bit. And then I started going to G.I. Joe, Motu Origins, because they were a little bit easier to get and sometimes not as expensive. And then they got too crazy. I'm like, you know what? Mythic Legions came along, and I'm like, you know what? That's where I'm sticking, right here.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, because the legendary Barbarian. All right. So the first time that we see it, it gets dropped. It's at a table, and within a few hours,
Yeah, that was Olocon.
you had some amazing photography of it, and people were saying you were there, you're first in line, you get one, and then next thing you know, they just don't. You're not there. You're just gone. They don't know where you're at. And then all of a sudden there's this photography. So tell us about how that day went.
Well, me and my son, we woke up super early. We were what was it again, it was one of those nuts. We woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning. We're like, all right, let's just start getting ready. We'll go out early.
Mm-hmm.
Get down there. Trip
even beat Brett.
Yeah. I mean, the trip wasn't bad, and it was nice and easy to get down there because it was early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So 4 o'clock in the morning, we roll in, and we're just sitting there, and then Brett shows up, Ryan and Amber show up, the usual crew. And then we're getting in line. The line was crazy because by the time it was ready to open, it was all the way backed up all the way through to the casino.
Mm-hmm.
But then we walked around a little bit, and we were looking at things. My son wanted more customs and stuff, but take it easy this time. We got stuff to do. And then we actually didn't even hit that Legion. We didn't hit the Mythic Legions table first. We went to the exclusive table first because we didn't know to go there first.
Mm-hmm.
So then I found out, I'm like, oh, they have a new figure. I'm like, oh, son of a. We get over there, buy our figure, and then we're chilling out. But he was getting tired, so we're like, all right, we're gonna head home a little early. But I think we left 2, 3 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And then just forget it. We're just gonna fly home. And as soon as I got home, I just quick threw something together because I was like, that figure was just so amazing. I was like, I couldn't help it, like just try to throw something together and put it up.
And what, like, so you, because they put out a little teaser like the day before, I think, because some people were asking about Necro. They had just started getting it in, but not everybody's orders were out, and they didn't know if they would have them. And so they say, hey, we're not going to have Necro, but
we will have something
legendary, right?
Yeah.
So you get there, you see what they've got, and what are your thoughts when you get it and you open it up and you look at it and you see what it is? What were your thoughts when?
I mean, immediately it screams, not Conan, but it looks. I mean, just the way it was. I mean, everything was so between the pauldrons being different, and then the boots and everything. I was like, this figure just looks awesome. It was just like beautiful, and I'm like, and it had that wasn't like the little bit of dirtiness to it. It wasn't like your typical like barbarian body where it's all clean.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I like most about it is that it does look like somebody that's been through
some shit.
And, yeah, like it's not your clean Templar that looks like he's just relaxed in the temple. Yeah.
And he's not the oiled up bodybuilder doing the gun show for.
He's not all greasy and.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, the photography, when I saw it for that, I was like, man, this is just fantastic. And how did he get it done so quickly? I was like, it was just.
It's weird because I just grabbed a few things quick. I'm like, let me just grab this and put this there and then like just throw it together and like, all right, it's fine. Whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah, well, you killed it. So
I want to say something here. If that's okay.
Yeah, it's your show. You say what you want.
The whole thing, like, oh yeah, we just flew home real quick. I threw something together. That's like when I see like hand art, like traditional artists be like, oh, it's just a quick sketch. I'm like, no, that is a fully rendered, 3-dimensional, perfect human portrait just done with pencil. That's what it feels like when you're like, oh, I just threw something together. Like, speaks to your humility, your humbleness in your craft. Just saying, that looks way more than just thrown together is what I'm trying to say, and it was amazing.
It was just crazy because like I did barely no editing, and like I didn't have to use the stand or anything. I had it like balanced on the guy, the way he was standing. I think it was on the skull. He was stepping over the skeleton. It was just something like real quick. I didn't have to like do much to it, so it was just like done. And I think the week before or the week after, I went over to G's house. He's like, "Why don't you come over with some of your stuff and show me what you do?" I'm like, "Okay." Went over to his house and like just set up the camera stuff, and G was all posing, and it was fun.
That's awesome. I remember G saying that, like that you're telling about you kind of giving him some lessons and stuff. One of the things that I really like is when you go to conventions and you post like just pictures of people at the convention. Like, I don't know what it is, but like you get the best photos of people. Like it's like glamour shots back in the 80s, but like less sparkles. But it's like, if I'm ever looking for a photo, like I do these, like how they do that segments on my other channel. And like, I've got to find a photo of somebody to kind of put on the thumbnail and stuff. And I'll go through and look to see if you've taken a picture of somebody at a con. And that's usually the one that I'll use. How do you get such good photos of just people,
Well, it's funny because and it sucked because like yesterday I wanted to do it, but like I went to pack all my stuff up. I'm like, for some reason something was malfunctioning with my battery. And I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, I was so aggravated that none of my batteries were like charged, like something like went haywire somewhere. And I'm like, well, this sucks. I'm not bringing my camera this time. But I'm like, you know what? I said, I'll just enjoy the show. Yeah. But like with shooting people, like I've always been like one to try to catch people when they don't know you're there.
Shooting like photography, people. For any for any government drones watching us.
Pictures of people. Pictures. Yes.
Well, it's like I try to catch people when they don't know that I'm there.
Yeah.
Their natural reactions and stuff, and that's why Len used to give me.
Yeah, but usually that's when you would get like something blurry, or you're gonna get a weird angle or something. But it's like they're perfect. Like your pictures of people are just like perfect.
It's one of those ones I love doing. That's why I love doing like the whole concert photography. Because like
Yeah.
they also require me to shoot pictures of the crowd too, like reacting to the show.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good to like catch people like in their natural state, enjoying something without like being, the minute you show up with the camera, they want to pose and do all this other stuff, and like
Right.
rather just catch someone's pure happiness, like looking at a figure or talking to one of their friends, and just being naturally happy, not trying to like fake a pose and put a fake smile on.
Well, that's why they call them candids and not can't won'ts.
Yeah.
Wow. That was rough, man. Oh, that was rough.
Oh, gee. She loves the pics I take of Monica.
He says that every time that she's in a picture, she looks mad, though.
Well, I got her once with, what was it? The barbecue. She was giving me the finger. I got her on that one.
Yeah.
Because she was having this conversation with G, and then she gets irritated with him, and she's just like... And then she gets irritated with me because I take pictures of her, so...
That's awesome. That's her natural state. Well, he did say he wanted to catch people in their natural state, so I guess there you go. So you get into Legions, and like, was it just all in right away, or what?
Well, actually, I had a Legion early on because it was what the heck was it, Eagleus?
Oh yeah,
my friend was like, because he knew I was a veteran, so he was like, "Here's a figure you might like," and I was like, "Well, holy crap, that's really cool. I want that." So I ordered one, but then I saw like the all in, and I'm like, "Oh man, I can't do that. I wish I could, but I can't." And then I kind of let it kind of slipped to the wayside, and then I think it was like 2021 after like the whole pandemic was like still going on. I went to BBTS, and I was like, all right, let me, I'll pick that skeleton, and then it was like, what was it, 2022 Legions Con, the unknown one?
Yeah.
I asked my son, I'm like, hey, do you want to go? It's like, yeah, sure, let's go. We went like one day early. We picked one day to go like early Saturday. We got there at 4:00 in the morning, or like closer to 8, and then the line was super long that year. Like a 4.5 hour wait to get to the exclusive table. So I was like, oh, this sucks. But then I saw the Forest Troll, and I'm like, oh, I gotta have that. Like, give me that. And then started picking things up, and from there it was madness because I didn't realize how much customizing people were doing there. Like, we were just completely overwhelmed seeing everything.
Curtis is up to mischief.
Brian says, Dub got a candid picture of me at Legion's Con at the exact moment a lady broke one of my display pieces. Awesome. I'm gonna share something real quick. So like this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Like everything like in this looks so crisp and clean, right? Like you got hot dogs and they just look perfect, right? Like, I don't know, like everything just looks so dang good. Like, I don't know, like it's just the way that you take pictures, it doesn't matter what you're shooting. Like, it just
no, trust me, I get some bad ones. Don't get me wrong. I had to delete that one. That was no good.
Now that might be the one.
That's the one.
There we go. There we go, G. We'll just leave that up there for G for a little bit. Van wants to know if those were Gaspar sausages. Do you know?
Yeah, that's G. I don't think they were.
Okay.
But G got so drunk that they had my son take over the grill.
Well, wait, I gotta share again, because then after that one, let me go back to that one. So we had this one, and then the next one. See, that's
Yep, it's all on who she's around. She's around G. She's like, you know what? F that guy.
yeah. See, there it is. She doesn't always look mad, G. So.
It's just him.
It's just around you. It's okay. Dubs is a genius with that lens. Absolutely. So then, you're taking all this great photography, toy photography, photos of people and stuff. And then, what made you want to like go through the evil of AI? Like what?
I knew that was coming. I just, don't worry, AI boy will explain. It was funny because last week, one of the guys that does designer toy stuff, he sent me a message and he's like, here, check this out. I'm like, okay, well, what is it? He's like, it's this app that like animates your action figures. I'm like, okay, cool. Let me go check it out. I'm like, oh, wow, that's kind of cool. I'm like, okay. So like for fun, I was just like, let me just put one in and just see what we can do with it. And like,
yep.
I was like, holy crap, that looks awesome. I'm like, then I didn't realize, there was a rule in the group for the Cabal that there was no AI. So I was like, I posted one and I'm like, where the hell did that go? I'm like, that's weird. I said, it just like disappeared. And I'm like, let me go take a look at the rules just to be sure. And I'm like, okay. Okay, there it is. So just swap that. Won't do that anymore.
Well, and just to be clear, there's not the rule doesn't say no AI. It says AI will most likely be removed. And it really just kind of depends, I think, on because there's a lot of things that AI can be used for, right? Like, like I know even like
removing stuff from photos.
Correct. Yeah. So if it's not an obvious thing, if it's not the primary thing of the post, it's probably not going to get removed. But if it's very clearly using AI, it's probably going to get removed. So, but go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, I mean it was fine. So I was like, but I never seen a rule, so I'm like, I just didn't think anything of it. And I'm like, I didn't get any feedback that it was removed, so I'm like, I had no idea. It's like it just like disappeared. I'm like, I thought more people would like find that like funny. I'm like, I only got like one comment. I'm like, and then I went and looked. I'm like, it was gone. I'm like, is it really gone? I'm like. Then I looked at the rule. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I went and posted one to the malignancy, and like next thing you know, it freaking blew up over there. People were getting negative. I'm like, I'm just trying to have fun, man. Like, that's it. Like,
yeah. Unfortunately, there's certain things that generate certain responses from folks, and that's one of them. And I saw Santos was here in the chat earlier. Santos had a post, I believe it was, I think it was around Easter, that he had made a post.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
And some people just started getting really freaking ignorant with it, right? And it's just one of those things, like we ended up having to remove the post, and it's not that he did anything necessarily wrong, but it's like, okay, it's not really related to Four Horsemen toys. It's not, and it's generating negative response. And we don't have the bandwidth as a admin group to kind of just, tell people to not be assholes. I guess we can do that, but it just gets a little overwhelming. So sometimes you gotta pick your battles, and we have found that, there's really three things that people can't just talk logically of. And one of them is
politics, religion,
politics, and AI. Like those are the three right now. Now, I'm sure we're going to probably get to a point where AI gets normalized somewhat. The same kind of things. I heard the same things with Photoshop back in the day. Like you
went from film to digital.
Yeah. Well, you would hear people go, well, but that's Photoshopped. Right. And it was like, almost like it disregards whatever you're seeing because that's Photoshopped, So, but now Photoshop is used for freaking everything. Like there's not a single photo that Trevor puts out for, the Horseman that doesn't have some form of Photoshop in it. Right. So I don't think that, at least from the admin standpoint, like we're not saying AI is good or AI is bad. We're just saying,
no, you just don't want the negative aspects.
Yeah. Well, and then the problem is that when a post gets a lot of attention,
It
even
brings
if
it to the
negative
top.
attention, throws it at the top every time. And then the good stuff, like people, somebody's posting, like when you're posting just a regular picture of something that you put together, or somebody painted something for the first time, or all this and that, like that stuff just gets buried, because when people go in there, a lot of times they look at the first thing, they get drawn into the first thing, and that's about it. They don't go much further than that. And so if something isn't getting attention, it just gets down further and further and further and just kind of goes away. So, Van says AI admins don't get tired, have plenty of bandwidth. I would say then go ahead and start a Mythic group on Facebook and go ahead and make some AI admins. Let us know how that goes for you.
We came up with a name for it last night. It's the Mythic Legions CABAIL. The Mythic Legions
Cabale.
Or yesterday, not last night. I think that was at the show.
Yeah, while we were at the show, we were talking about it. Yeah.
L Tidy says art is meant to elicit a reaction. Mission accomplished. Yeah, I mean, if you're putting it out on your own page or a group that allows it, absolutely. So, and that's what when I was talking, I know Dan was having a conversation with me in the malignancy and stuff, and I was like, dude, I hope you guys allow it. I hope that like this is a place where people can go and post some of that stuff and have that creative outlet and see it. We just, with 7,000 members in the cabal, it just doesn't work. And that's
the thing too. Like, I was like, it's not going to affect me. Like, if I can't post it, I'm not going to leave the cabal because I can't post something I want to post. You know, and it's just like anything else. If I see something I don't like, it's so easy to just let me just scroll right by it. Okay.
You wish, or I wish, other folks could do that. Yeah. They could just scroll by, but for some people, it just seems like an impossibility to scroll. So
and that was the kind of thing with the malignancy one. Like, there was people that were commenting on the post that
there was one guy that just went ballistic on.
Yeah, he went crazy, but he never but he never ever posted anything or even commented on anything in the group before.
They just come
Where
out.
Where did you come from? Like, you just poof, he was there. Like, okay, that's crazy.
Yep, for sure. Trevor, I thought Trevor would have something to say if he showed up, and people must have hit enough like buttons. He says AI has its uses. I think most people don't like it when it takes the place of an actual human doing work outside of prompting, which does require some knowledge. But this is not exactly an art. Yeah, I mean, in the instance of what you were doing, I mean, it's all your work, right? Like, you took the photo.
Yeah, it's all just based off that one photo, and I try to keep the AI to just do what it does in that photo. Like, I even try not to make it move too far, right? Because then it just starts adding stuff that it wasn't there, and I don't really want that. That's why I usually try to do static poses, or I did one with the vampire holding the heart and just squeezing it. So it's not really adding too much to it other than movement. And I would love to do stop motion, trust me. But my tremors get so bad, I end up knocking shit over taking regular photos, let alone trying to do stop motion. There's no way I can do it. So I was just trying to wait to have make my figures move.
L Tidy says no one can say what is or isn't art. I don't think that I didn't see anybody that was doing that. There was a couple of the malignancy posts. You can say is what is it and what isn't allowed. But yeah, I mean, I saw what was the thing where the artist taped a banana to a wall and called it art, and whatever. Okay, all right. So
to each his own. That's all I say. Yeah. If you find something you like, then like it. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, it just. Tools and everything changes over time. I mean, hell, a year and a half ago, I was saying that airbrushing was the devil, and now I love it. There's certain aspects that I absolutely use it for. So just people afraid. I'm sure when fire first came out, people were like, "What is that? That's scary. Fire bad." And then
it's the same with any technology.
Then you realize food is better when it's cooked, and you're like, wait a minute, this fire is pretty good stuff.
Or when cars were replacing horse and buggy. I mean,
right? Yeah.
I don't want that. What the heck is that? I'd rather keep my horse.
Yeah. I don't know. And then, then you got the really like the, tinfoil hat folks that are like, Terminator, like Skynet's taking over, man. Everything's self-aware, so. All right.
I don't see it going anywhere. Like AI is just going to be here. Like we're kind of like, it's almost anything else. Like people didn't like digital cameras when they came out because like, oh, it's not real. You're not like in a dark room, but like everything changes. Then they came out with like Lightroom and then Photoshop and all these other different tools to use. And it's even sculpting.
Trevor, if you're still in the chat, Van would like to know how you felt about Fire when it first came out. So let us know what your thoughts were. Was it scary? So, yeah, I mean it's just an interesting conversation to have, and I think
well, it's good to have like an actual discussion about it, not just have people like oh, you know what, screw you and your feelings, I don't care what you think, this is garbage, whatever. I'm like, just have an actual conversation about it, and if you don't like it, I understand that you don't have to like everything. I'm not gonna like the same things all the time. It's meant to be fun. That's it. Not like I'm out to make money off of it.
Yeah. Jordan says, "Love you guys. Good night." Looks like he's having early bedtime. Van
He's still tired from yesterday.
Curtis still has to honor the agreement. Remind me of the agreement. I don't know what the agreement is. I forgot. It's been a long day. Van's beard is a work of art, in my opinion. Make sure you let Wyatt know that of the Mythic Enablers podcast. He would love to hear your thoughts on Van's beard. So, Dave says same with modeling amps and tube amps. This must be a music thing.
Yeah,
I'm lost on this one. You guys got anything?
Nope. I don't know what he's talking about, but it has to do with music.
Yeah, shoot me a PM, Van. I forgot. Jesse doesn't love Gambit, and I don't understand why, but I love Jesse with all my Gambit loving heart. What do you think about that, Jesse?
I appreciate Rob's sharing space in his heart for me and Gambit.
There you go. Yeah, so you hit a lot of the cons up on the East Coast, right? Like, what do you
Northeast?
Yeah. So what do you have coming up the rest of the year?
Probably the next one's probably going to be, what is it? Oh, I might hit Lehigh Valley only because I'm probably going to be selling with G again. I was hoping they would do, Len would do a street team event there, but I don't think it's going to happen for that. So we'll hit that one up to sell some toys, and then we'll hit, ToyCon New Jersey up. Yeah, I wanted to go to, what's the new ChrisCon? Did they rename it to?
I don't know the new name. I think it was in our
Great American Toy Show.
There it is.
That's the Great American Toy Show. Yeah, that's it.
There it is.
I was going to try and make it out to that, but I didn't realize how far it was away because it's supposed to be like, the drive said it was supposed to be like 5 to 6 hours. I'm like, that makes no damn sense. Because
it's 5 or 6 hours for me.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I was gonna go because Chris Brennan just did the custom for me, and he wanted me. He's like, "Do you want me to ship it, or do you want to wait till Legions?" He's like, "Where are you coming to the Great American Toy Show?" I'm like, I was going to, but then I saw the distance. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make that one because he did the whole Walrus Battle Beast figure, and I'm like, I want it, but I don't want you to ship it because that's gonna be. If something happens to it, I would be just destroyed. I'm like, I don't want nothing to happen to it. Like, if we wait till Legion's Con, I'll wait till Legion's Con. It won't hurt me at all.
Awesome. Jesse, I was reminded that I told Purple Gang that if they made an intro video for DubDub, that I would ask you a certain question. And that is, how does one apply to work in your basement? And specifically, they want
that's the agreement
in the case, like from Pulp Fiction. So how does one apply for that?
So I want to come out and say this right off the bat. Everybody knows how much I don't like mayonnaise.
Big in you. There you go.
Everyone knows how much I don't like mayonnaise. I've made that abundantly clear. I learned last night there is something with mayonnaise in it that I actually really liked.
Oh. Is this a GIMP?
No.
How does this relate? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not catching the connection, but go ahead. Continue.
There is absolutely no connection. I'm not
Oh.
honoring that question with a response. You asked it. You fulfilled your contract. I answered this for them last night on the show.
Oh,
And I'm not doing this again.
Hmm.
But
what did you find that you liked with mayonnaise?
street corn, at least the street corn at Chili's, like the seasoned street corn. I've only
never
had it
had
once
Chili's.
or twice before. You've never eaten it at Chili's?
Mm-mm. Is it like an Applebee's or a TGI Fridays or something?
Yeah.
Kind of
Close.
same thing. Yeah. I've
Yeah.
never had it, but
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
It was delicious, and then I saw someone else at the table, looked up what was on it, and they said, "Oh, it's got mayonnaise in it," and they didn't want to eat it. And I was like, "Look, I hate mayonnaise with a passion. It makes me want to gag and vomit." And the way it was on there, like it just was melted, or like butter. It wasn't like when you get it on a sand when it's just this big, weird, wet, creamy puff of grossness.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I stand corrected. There is at least one thing with mayonnaise that I like.
Can I ask one follow-up question that maybe you can answer?
Sure.
If you were to have interviews for a position working in the basement, do you imagine that it would be online or in-person interviews?
No.
Okay. There you go, folks. There you have it. I hope that answered all the questions that PGG was looking for. If you have any follow-up questions, let me know. Steph says, are we really going there? Street corn is amazing. Yeah, he said he liked it. I've never had it. So it's corn, mayonnaise. What else? What other things do you think are in there?
I'm assuming the mayonnaise and the butter, whatever's mixed together, and it's like
The sauce.
coated around it, and then they roll it in like the spices and seasonings and stuff. I didn't even know it was a thing until I saw what was Nacho Libre years ago. There's like a whole funny bit about the street corn in there. So, yeah.
If there's anybody out there that has a really good street corn recipe, let us know in the chat what all goes in it. Tidy says you got to make sure you get the cheese. So, and
Well,
apparently
see, that,
butter.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, there you go. So it's cheese and butter. So, weird wet. Dirk says he only gets a street corn in India. Dirk's back from Japan, by the way. Welcome back, Dirk. Back in the States. We saw him return. He was at the airport last night, so good to see him back. So what else, guys? What you been watching anything, Dub? You been anything that you playing? You play video games? You watch? You read? What do you do?
I used to watch. Well, I used to play video games, but don't anymore. My son was the same way, but now he's pretty much stopped playing video games. But we watched a lot of like Marvel stuff. Like the new season of Daredevil was amazing.
Yep.
I got to sit down and watch Andor yet, though. Everyone keeps telling me to watch it. I'm like, I got to watch it. So that's when I have to get on. I've been watching a lot of Apple TV, though.
Yeah.
I watched Start with Ted Lasso and then
Street Corn. Yeah. Street Corn. So, yep. Yeah, Ted Lasso is awesome. Are you have you completed it or you're still?
Oh yeah, I complete. I might even watch it again because it was just so good. Like I went from Ted Lasso and then I went to Shrinking.
That's a good one too.
And Shrinking is just so good. Like I was like, oh my god, dude, this is like incredible. And then I went and watched some weird random ones. Like C was one I watched.
That's good.
Jason
And they got some really good shows on Apple TV. So
and I wasn't like I didn't think too much of it, and then I saw it. I'm like, all right, now I'm stuck. I'm like hooked on it. I'm like I have to finish watching this episode.
Mm-hmm.
And then what was the new one? Murderbot was the new one I'm watching.
Yeah, I'm watching Murderbot, and there's another one on right now called Stick. Both of those are being dropped weekly, so I'm.
Yeah, I think I don't know if I caught that one yet. Oh, that's the golf one, isn't it?
Yeah, like Owen Wilson is like a former pro golfer. And
yeah,
kind of like, you know, just working at like a club, giving some lessons and selling like equipment and stuff to try to make ends meet. And he sees this kid that's got a lot of potential, and they're like going on the road to, try to see if they can get this kid into like a big time tournament and stuff. So seems pretty fun so far. So, but it's early on.
Yeah.
Kevin says Murderbot is fun. I'm enjoying it, but I know like Jesse had said, because Jesse started watching it before I did, and he had said like that he was enjoying it, but it wasn't like pulling him in necessarily. And I kind of feel
it's not like
there's not a character in there that I'm like
fascinated with.
Yeah. Like it's good. It's not great so far.
Yeah.
But it could turn around. It could, I mean, it's not, like I said, it's not a bad show. It's just,
it's not like Ted Lasso, like where you're like amazed by things and like,
yeah. If it ended tomorrow and they said there was no next season, I wouldn't be heartbroken.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt my feelings at all.
Yeah. So, but all right. So what? And you got any photos coming up? I know you just had the one with the body that you had torn that hole in and stuff, but
and it's funny because I got like we're having a vote on our new Goblin collaboration photo for this week, and I'm like pulling for one of the option was Carnage, and I'm like, well, I kind of want that Carnage one because I'm like working on a.
Oh, Carnage Asada right there.
So okay, so you've got him on the Frankenstein table, and then what's the idea?
Well, Swig is gonna go kind of go like on a murder spree and like just start being savage and just start, he's starting to recruit dwarves to come over to his house and be gimp in his basement, and he just starts tearing them apart.
Okay, all right.
I got little pieces I ordered off of Etsy, like 1/12 scale, like bones and intestines and stuff like that. I've been trying to prime them earlier today to try to get them done later this week, or hopefully even sooner. But my son has also been like getting more into Legions. So like yesterday we went to the show, and I didn't have too much intention of spending a whole lot of money, but we got our $100 each, so we made sure we got an extra ticket for the raffle. And he's like, "Oh, I want a custom." I'm like, and he wanted a custom back since Lehigh Valley. I'm like, you know what? You want it? I'll get it for you. And it was a Patrick Boyle custom, so I picked it up for him.
Little PB customs. Oh, very cool.
Because he's like kind of in love with the vampires. So he got that, and then today he started messing with. He also got a set of pauldrons he wanted over there at the Wolf King booth. And he starts taking all my stuff and using my stuff to make his own stuff.
So he's just kind of taking your stuff apart?
Yeah, he's kind of taking my stuff apart, and I'm like, okay, that looks cool. But now I need another Varg, damn it.
That's still awesome, though. I mean, my kids never really got into toys at all. Like I've got one of my kids is really into wrestling, so she's got some wrestling figures, but I mean, even when they were younger, like they just didn't get into toys at all. Like,
I mean, he had certain things that he liked, but
yeah,
when I took the Legions Con in 2022, we were just like so amazed by some of the customs we saw, like especially at the Emil Wickman table. We're like, holy crap! And he's like, "Dad, did you see that?" And like, so the next year came around. It was 2023, and I'm like, okay. And his tank was just coming in, and I sold it even before it shipped to me. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to change the shipping address to you. And then I talked to Emil, and he's like, well, what do you want? I'm like, well, it's for my son. I want you to surprise him at Legions Con. So he's like, well, what does he like? I'm like, he loves the Flash. Like, it's his favorite figure, like his favorite character. He'll watch the TV show like over and over again, like 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
So he started pulling together the art, and then like Legion's Con came along and we were at the table and like we knew where to go. Like as soon as we hit the Legion's Con table, just keep moving. And like he looks over and he goes, "Whoa, Dad, look at that!" He goes, "That's awesome." I'm like, "Oh, you like that?" I'm like, "Yeah, guess what? It's yours." And like I almost see like a tear rolling down his face. I'm like, "Score!"
Got him.
Got him so good. And like Emil was so happy to make it happen. Like he was just like overjoyed by it. And like it's just one of those things that like as a kid he's not going to forget that. It's one of those like memories that's going to like stick there. So
yeah, isn't that the one that he like used like the twist ties and stuff to make like
as the lightning
and stuff? Yeah,
I was like, what the hell, dude? Like I didn't even think of that. Like that's awesome. He just like painted him yellow. I'm like,
yeah.
Some of the stuff Emil does is just insane. I'm like, holy crap! Like, what was the one he did? Was it the Ahsoka?
Yeah, where he took the demon
He
head.
took the demon head and flipped it. I was like, oh my god, that's insane.
Yeah, like the rest of us like look at things and we see parts or we see a twist tie, and Emil just sees it as
magic.
Yeah, just like that's the shape that I need. I'm gonna incorporate that now. So
Dirk's putting some things together here. He's like, "Uh-oh, DubDub, that's the guy in groups trying to get a deal. It's for my son."
I don't even try to get deals anymore. It's like whatever. It is what it is. Like, and actually, it's funny because he's like, "Dad, can we trade my legendary barbarian?" I'm like, "You can try." I'm like, you're not necessarily going to get anything, but you never know.
Father's Day episode. Yeah. That would be cool though. I mean, if any of my kids, I mean, my son that lives in California definitely loves Legions, and he went to Legions Con with us 2 years ago. Last year he wasn't able to make it. This year he's going to be able to make it again. But we don't get to see each other very often. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, so it's not like we get to hang out and kind of like mess around with stuff together.
Yeah.
So it would be cool to see him again at Legion's Con and see him kind of get into this stuff. But, the kids that have been here living with us, like they just don't like toys at all. They don't care. Like it was just pretty much right into electronics. So, yeah, that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I mean, it's like a blessing and a curse because, like, well, now that he's going to start working again, so like he's going to buy into his own figures. I'm like, now I don't have to buy an all-in completely by myself. I'm like, we could split it.
There you go.
You get what you want, I get what I want.
Yeah.
And he keeps asking me, he goes, "Dad, when does All-Star 6 come in? And I want all of our figures." I'm like, I didn't get the all-in, buddy, so we got to wait till freaking July. He's like, "Oh man," I'm like, you can wait. This past weekend he got Sir Alderic. He got
it's a great
Terpiculi. One. You got the Terpiculi and the custom. Yeah,
that's cool. Awesome. That's a good haul. Terpiculi, like it's not my favorite figure from the wave, but
there's so much you can do.
It's definitely the most fun to play with, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just total hand candy, just like do all kinds of crazy stuff with it, posing it, popping.
Well, you saw what Dylan did with the middle fingers for the skeleton builder too.
Yeah.
Well, earlier we took the arm and we shoved it up the Terpiculi's butt and had him flipping off his own skeleton.
Very nice.
Like, all right, we're just having fun here. Whatever.
Joe Gonzalez has joined the chat. Hey, Joe, appreciate you joining. That we're your second favorite show in this time slot on Sundays. So thanks that now that that's over, that you're willing to join us. Appreciate that.
It's all fun and games until someone shoves a bone arm up the boom boom hole.
It's true. It's true. So, so Legion's Con, so tell us what, because I know, Jesse and I have got our tables and we're there. Like when you're at Legion's Con, what does a Legion's Con weekend look like for you?
Well, see, the past couple of years we did one day. Last year was our first time where we stayed the whole weekend, and we weren't able to get a hotel room in the hotel, so we had to like go down the street.
Yeah,
which was kind of cool, but like it kind of sucks not being in the hotel because like we can't just go talk to random people or whatever. But I remember we got done last year, and it was like Saturday we got done after hanging out all night Friday night, and like my son passed out at 4:00 in the afternoon. I was like, well, I guess I'm not going back to the show today. And then I laid on the bed. We went to sleep, and then we woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning to beat Brett. We didn't beat Brett because he's in the hotel. But he woke up, and I'm like, he didn't wake up till like 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, you just slept 12 hours. Like, you should be ready to go. Like, let's go.
What about this year? Did you already get a room for this year?
Yeah, we got a room like instantly. We're like, yeah, we're not messing around this year. We're like, and we saw the exclusives popping up, and we're like, he's like, I don't really want the girl. I'm like, well, too bad. I'm getting two. So
yeah,
you get what you want to get, and I'll get what I want to get. But I like the fact that they're not, each day is a different one.
Yeah,
and they're sold separately. So did he announce a price yet?
I think they said $50.
Yeah, I wasn't sure they announced the price yet. We were talking about that yesterday too.
Yeah, because I think they said that now it'll be the same price as what it is afterward. It's just you get the exclusive.
You get the exclusive parts. Yeah.
Because he said something about like he was hearing folks say, well, I don't need these parts, so I'll just wait for the other version and stuff. And they really want it to kind of be something special. Like if you get it at the con, you're getting something extra.
Yeah, I mean, as it should. I mean, you should get something a little. I mean, between the paying for flights or gas or whatever you're doing to get there, and then the hotel room, and then all the stuff, you should get something just to make you feel a little bit special.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to see what the armory experience would be this year too.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely said it was successful, and it'll be back in some form or fashion. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what it is. I mean, do you have any thoughts on what you would like to see? Or
well, it's funny because like right after Legion Con last year, I'm like, it'd be cool if they did like a Cosmic Legion one. They had all the Tusk parts, and you just mix and match and do whatever. I'm like, some people are like, I don't know if that'll happen. It's too new, but I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it will. Yeah, we are not ready. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that at all. I would love to see goblins, but
obviously the armory experience was really hot last year. A lot of people talking about it. I think on top of it just being a lot of fun, because the heads were, just kind of helmeted, basic heads.
Yeah.
It also lent itself really well to match up with the artists that were in the room selling.
To customizing Unity, yeah.
Right. So you go and get your armory night and then go into the room and buy a head from your favorite artist and pop it on there. And those armory nights, like you can pretty much put any head on it and it's going to look great. Right. So you don't have to color match it to the body or
exactly
like that. Like you can just go out and find something. So I thought that was cool. The other thing that seemed like it had quite a bit of buzz last year was the 2-pack that had the dwarf legs in it. And I don't know if they would do an armory experience that's all dwarves, but I think an armory experience with some dwarf parts would be really cool.
And that would work for me too, because I would just turn around and use them for goblins anyway. So
that works too, so we'll see. I think, I've heard some people talk about like they'd love to have a cosmic one, do a Tusk armory experience with just a bunch of different paint jobs. And listen, I mean, I know we've had a lot of Tusk, but seriously, the way that
they're good figures. I mean,
the way that Joe paints those, and there's so much detail and different ways that you can paint it each time. Like you could give me a whole armory experience of Joe Vassapolo painted, parts for Tusk, and dude, I would eat that up. I've heard some people talk about females or barbarians. So, there's a lot of things out there. We'll see. But yeah, I think some dwarf legs would be awesome.
And as a bonus, like someone should really mess up the numbers on crotch pieces. And then we get thrown extra crotch pieces so we can make more figures.
There you go. There you go.
Because that's the biggest thing lacking in this whole situation is crotch pieces.
Yep. Yeah,
you have all these legs and other parts and barbarian bodies, and you can't do anything with them because you don't have enough crotch pieces.
Yeah, I mean, like you got heads coming out the wazoo. Like people talk about heads packs, and I'm like, why the hell would you want a heads pack? Like that blows me. And don't get me wrong, some of the heads packs, like the heads are painted cool, but I got heads coming out my ass. Like I got like boxes and boxes of heads that I'm not using right now.
So do I. And then
you've got a whole room in there of people painting heads. Like we don't need heads packs. We need pelvis packs. Give me the crotch,
on top of it,
crotch pack.
Exactly. On top of it, like you're talking about ordering a head pack. I ordered 3 of the freaking All-Star 6 head packs. I don't even know why I did it. I just did it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, why did I order 3 head packs? I'm like, I have no idea why I did that. But I'm like, whatever. It'll be what it is. I'm like, I'm sure somebody can use some extra heads.
Yeah, give me the crotch pack. Give me the dwarf leg pack. You know?
And like you said, I bought a hand pack.
Yeah.
Like, why the F did I buy a hand pack? I have like how many hands sitting in the whole jar?
When Cosmic first came out, I went heavy on like the hands packs for Tusk and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I didn't realize that as they put more Tusk out, they were going to put like fucking 15 hands with each
pack. Yeah.
Right. So now it's like
one swivels this way and then one swivels this way. I'm like, okay.
The Walter one that one year, right? Like you go and pick it up and they're like, oh, by the way, here's also your bag of hands that go with it. It's like, fuck. I got all kinds of hands.
Well, it's same with like the Undead Builder pack. Like there's how many different hands in there because you got like the translucent hands and then you got the freaking regular zombie hand and like
Trevor says a belt experience, just belts. You just walk through and pick up. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's places you can go for just a belt experience, Trevor.
Yeah, it's called Jesse's Basement.
No.
Applications online, apparently. Very cool.
Mark. I need a new crotch.
Jesse, do you have any thoughts about the Armory experience this year? What you would want to see or what you think it might be?
I have no. I don't. I mean, I don't know, because whatever they're going to do is going to be cooler than anything I can think of.
Most likely, yeah.
You know, and saying something like, "Oh, they won't do dwarves, they won't do just goblins or just dwarves." Like they're going to make it cool, and like everything, there's going to be some things that people are more attracted to than others, and that's just the way it is. So, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be awesome, and I'll if it's cosmic. And it's all Tusk stuff. Not that the paint jobs won't be amazing. It'll be easier for me to not feel as tempted to get a lot of them because I'm sticking pretty limited to the cosmic. Just kind of one of each. I'm not doing a lot of army building unless I'm doing a custom or something. But if it goes mythic, or I doubt they would do it yet because the Infinite Legions aren't out yet. But if they did something where it's kind of like pre-infinitely, no, not pre, whatever. I don't know. It'll be cool, whatever it is, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, they had like an arm blaster.
That'd be cool.
Would be cool. People would be buying a crap out of that.
Brett says definitely need dwarf leg pelvis as one of the options. That would be cool. Needs dwarf forearms, and then he says he would also love some Tusk. So, yeah. So there you go.
I'll bring this up real quick. Twizzler 19 said, excited to attend my first Legions Con. That is going to be very exciting.
I could definitely see Carver's Custom says barbarian builder experience with dwarf lower body, bear green parts for orcs. Yeah, I could totally see something where like you could have the parts to where you could build a barbarian, a dwarf, a gladiator, an orc, like just you could have total bunch of bear parts that could be made into a bunch of different things. So
yeah, I was just talking to my son about that today. Like we need more bear goblin parts, like stat.
There you go.
Arms, like goblin arms, not like freaking giant orc arms to put on goblins. I've done that already, but
We got some pure unbridled rage coming from Ohio right now. Mike with the armory experience with all Fastia parts, so I can save money. Screw you, Fastia. So I'm assuming he's not saying different colored Fastia parts, just bins of Fastia that you have to assemble your own Fastia figure, and that's all you get.
I get the way that they had to break out the parts for the armory experience and stuff. I do. It would be nice if there was some more like where things weren't as paired together. Like I would like to be able to select pauldrons by themselves without having to select something else that has to go with the pauldrons. You know what I'm saying?
Like a chest or.
Yeah, like because there were some pieces where I was like, man, I really want this part, but I don't want those parts. You know.
Well, the only thing that killed me about last year was like, I love the green, but I got the green leather, but there was no head you could put on it that armory experience head that would match it. So I took the freaking bonus head from Garwich and just put it on him. I'm like, that'll work.
Yeah, that's what I was telling some folks. I think people were getting tripped up, and I made mention of this to Joe last year as well as Jeremy. Like, I feel like starting, with the head kind of screwed some people up. I think because it was like, you couldn't match it to the leather parts and stuff. Like it just didn't work because you had all these metallic heads. So I think that probably should have been the last thing. I mean, hell, even do an armory experience without a head. I know some people will be like, oh, it's not a full figure or whatever kind of bullshit, but I don't need a head. They're getting thrown away, or they're going into the pile of boxes of heads, or, up my ass or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, I don't need the head. Like, I'm not buying an armory knight for a head. I'm buying it for the body. Right. Like, so it definitely shouldn't be the first thing that you pick out, because I think then it kind of hamstrings you as far as what you're going to put together. So
for someone who's not a customizer like us, Curtis, like the head might be...
That's what that room is right behind them. That you go in there, you see one of the, I mean, because listen, the vendors are an important part of the experience, right? And so what better way to tell the vendors, hey, we're supporting you, than by creating something that then synergizes with what they're selling and the heads that they're selling to do that. That's why I thought it was awesome.
That does definitely apply. I mean, it's great because, I mean, especially people that don't want to buy a whole custom figure. They don't have the money to buy like, a $200 custom figure, but they just want to buy a head for like, $50.
Yeah.
And save themselves some money.
Yeah. I just, like I said, I'm not saying they shouldn't have a head, because clearly they're going to, because people are just buying that and they're not buying anything else. But make it the last thing. Like the head should be the absolute last thing that you pick up as kind of an afterthought. Like, oh, by the way, I'll also take this. Because I saw that like Robo was there, and it was his first Legions Con, and he was, I think, very overwhelmed by some of the stuff going on, and he definitely wanted to get, as he's looking at it, he wanted to get the green leather, and he couldn't find any of the heads that would go with it, and he was like, he sat there for like an hour, like debating on what to get, because he had no idea what to put with it. And I'm like,
I think I actually skipped the green head for that one, and I just bought a totally different head because I knew I was going to put a different head on it anyway.
Yeah,
because I went and made sure we got, me and my son, the first day we both went in, we got 2 armory knights each, and we did all leather parts, all the freaking cloth goods, everything, straight leather boots, whatever, all to have it done. And thank God we did, because I think, what was it, black leather sold out like super quick.
Black leather and green leather they were flying, man.
They flew. And I'm like, thank God we got them when we did, because if we wouldn't, we'd be missing out. But I'm like I said, I took Garwich's head, the Gorgo head, and just put it on him. I'm like, well, there we go, that works.
Yeah, and it was funny because Jeremy was talking about it with PGG, and that they really thought it was going to be more the armored parts moving than the cloth part, like as far as the arms and the legs, because it had newer articulation and stuff. And didn't realize the leather was going to be as popular, but they just underestimated the Legendaddy influence.
Absolutely.
People definitely wanted that leather. They wanted the pride, all of it. So, yeah, don't underestimate the Legendaddies. Right, Jesse?
Whatever you say, Curtis.
Hedgehog says, not really a problem having the head first, problem having not having a head to go with the little green leather body. Maybe. I mean, just, I understand they can't have 15,000 head options either.
Yeah, they weren't going to do like a matte, each one in a matte finish. So I was like,
yeah.
With the purple, I just wish the purple would have been.
That's what we need. We need a leather torso with the bare arms. That's what we need.
Well, that's what I've been doing with a lot of my shit anyway.
Little leather vests and whatnot. Maybe a leather hat to go with it. So, Schmerb says leather parts were so good. Absolutely. I mean, it was just a fun experience. I think they probably learned a lot from it.
Oh yeah.
From how they had it set up, how the check.
I mean, not that it went any bad. Like it went well, but there's still room for improvement. But
yeah, I mean, everything that they do just gets better over time. So
yeah,
I gotta imagine the Armory experience is going to be that way. Like they're going to take what they learned from last year,
and they're going to maybe double it
parts with it, and yeah.
There's only two things they could do to make the Armory experience better, in my personal opinion. This is my opinion, not fact based.
Okay.
Bacon.
Ooh.
And fuzz monks.
Yeah, I could take both of those.
I can take, yeah.
Well, bacon in the line and fuzz monks. I'm down with it.
Yeah, just fresh, someone frying up bacon all day.
Well, and a fuzz monk is a woodland goblin, right? So that would also give DubDub, give you guys your goblin parts.
I'd be happy with that.
Yeah. So
I mean, technically, the only fuzz monk thing is the head.
Not fuzz monk bacon. That's not what's correct. No.
If
it was offered to me, I would try it though.
Yeah, but how much fat does a fuzz monk have? Like, it's not gonna be very. It's not gonna be very good. That's gonna be like pretty. That's like eating turkey bacon.
I love turkey.
Yeah, but do you like turkey bacon?
I think know.
I think it depends on if the fuzz monk has like a
fat ass
kind of lifestyle they have. Are they sitting around watching a bunch of TV, or are they out being active and stuff? Yeah, I don't know. Bacon and a mayo night. So
I don't.
Mentioned it today on my show. Wonder if it's been confirmed if Armory will return to intern. We haven't heard yet. I would imagine.
I would assume they would. Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine that they will. On top of it being just a cool addition to the intern experience, it's also more people they don't have to try to fit through the line during the con, right?
Yeah.
It kind of lessens the amount of people that are having to kind of crunch through there during the weekend. So.
Well, and I think another thing that kind of helped last year was the whole secret, Ninian infantry, hiding in there, and people going, "Oh crap, it's there in the store. We got to go to the store. Forget the Armory experience. We're going to get the Ninian infantry."
Yeah. Joe says we will likely need test subjects, so maybe not a confirmation, but a good indication that intern experience will have Armory experiences. Yeah, Jesse. Or I'm
volunteering. No, I'm volunteering as tribute. Have you never seen Hunger Games?
Oh yeah. They're terrible.
Took a minute,
but I had to watch it because my daughter liked them. Love how when Jesse hears mayo, he turns into the goat boy from Saturday Night Live. Joe says that he thinks that Fuzz Monks store fat for the winter, so maybe it's seasonal.
Good.
So
a good nice early spring bacon.
As long as it's made out of meat, I haven't had bad bacon. No offense to people who don't like meat. I'm not judging. I'm just saying for me.
Mark says so many people applying for intern. I will not keep my hopes up. Listen, here's what I'll tell you, Mark. It's worth applying because it's a fun experience. And I think it's worth going in early, like getting the hotel early, regardless of whether you have intern or not, because the party really starts Tuesday. and it goes all the way through the weekend. The earlier you get there, the more time that you get to spend with people, and that's really what it's all about. Like, it's just, every interaction you have with somebody is just a memory that you're making, whether it's around the fire pit or grabbing one of those awesome pretzels from the pub with the cheese. So good. Hanging out by one of the statues, watching idiots trying to climb it. Whatever. There's a lot of fun times. So, let's see. Jin says, surprised Jesse would try it. Would have expected him to be outside holding up a sign and protesting against Fuzzmonk cruelty.
If it was the same reality as the world of Mythos, to where Thistlethorn is one of the last Fuzzmonks, no, I would not want to have Fuzzmonk bacon. But if they were in ready enough supply and not sentient creatures,
there's a Fuzzmonk farm somewhere.
Yeah.
Mark says, did apply, just not getting my hopes. Yeah, I mean, don't expect it. I mean, it is a lottery. So
yeah, I mean, I applied, but like I tried to get my son to apply, but for some reason every time he applies, the screen goes blank.
The best thing you can do though, Mark, is to find somebody else that you apply with. So I did this with Billy the first year. I applied, Billy applied, and we agreed that whoever won, if one of us won, we would take the other. I ended up winning and I took Billy. If he won, he would have taken me. So then you're kind of doubling your chances because you do get to bring a guest with you. So maybe find somebody else that's applying that doesn't already have a +1 and, double your chances. See how it goes. So, all right. What else, guys? What else you guys got going on?
Well, Rob's asking me if I like tuna salad, chicken salad, and what I put on a burger or sandwich. No, I do not like tuna or chicken salad or any
because
of those
mayo.
types of. It would no like cold meat salad. No, thank you. Cold noodle salad. No, thank you. As far as sandwiches, no, never. Like I eat pretty much dry sandwiches and burgers. I'll get what I call a dirty burger from McDonald's, where I just get the burger and wipe the mustard and ketchup off and take the pickles off. So a little hint of the flavor is there, but not all that gross, squishy sauce.
Trevor brings up a good point, Mark. Maybe try being Amber Gonzalez. That may help as well. So,
yeah, but what if Amber's trying to be Anthony?
I don't know how that helps.
Because yesterday she wasn't trying to be Amber; she was trying to be Anthony.
Anthony who?
Halcyon.
Never heard of him.
I didn't think
Schmerb says, haha, yes, be Amber. So there you go. Jesse's turning into Annie Rooney.
I don't understand that reference. I know who Andy Rooney is. I just don't know why I am turning into Andy Rooney. And
Schmerber
BLT
also says no to mayo.
BLT has literally 3 ingredients besides the bread, and that's bacon, lettuce, and tomato. Anything else, and it's unnecessary. But like, I go to places where they make subs, and they're like, you want cheese on this? I'm like, no, I ordered a BLT. I want bacon, lettuce, tomato. End of story.
So you don't want bread.
That's what makes it a sandwich. Otherwise, it's just ingredients.
I mean, you just said that it's
BLT.
Yeah.
I said those are the ingredients in the sandwich, and you need.
It's a BLT.
Eat the sandwich.
It's a BBLT.
Or it depends on how you look at it. Because you could toast it and then it's a T. So.
Oh yeah. It's either a BLTT or a BBLT. Do you like yours toasted, Jesse? Your BLTs?
Yes.
Maybe he likes it grilled.
No. But then it definitely would be a BLTT.
No, not grilled.
So
we'll eat it either way. As long as
because the best way to make grilled cheese is you actually put mayo on the outside and grill it like that.
What if you use one piece of bread on the bottom and a piece of toast on the top, and then it's a BBLTT? No, 2 T's. BBLTT.
I might try that. That sounds interesting. I might have to give that a try.
There you go. You could
Would
do
the
it
soft
like
part be on the bottom or the toasted part be on the bottom? Like which piece
you
goes
could
where?
do it like a Big Mac where you put the soft bread in the middle.
That works.
Yeah.
I mean the soft bread in the middle. The
Layer it.
You could do 2 toasts on the outside, put some bacon, Put some lettuce,
That's
tomato.
way too much bread.
Put it on a piece of bread. Another lettuce, tomato. So it's like a stacker.
No. Hedgehog Miracle Whip is not better than mayo.
No, he's saying it's greater than mayo, as in it is a bigger sin than mayo, and I agree.
Oh, okay.
That's not what
Dave
he's saying.
says
But that's what
mayo
I'm saying.
is nasty on anything. What about boobies? I just won the internet. Boom.
You go and ruin one of the best things in the world with mayonnaise.
Just saying.
Just boobies with mayo slapped in
I'm just
between.
saying. Boobies come around the corner right now with some mayo on it. You're not.
You're not motorboating them.
Yeah.
No. I'm going to be confused, but no.
Speaking of motorboating, DubDub, recently you were at the Echevarria house. And when you're there, Jesse was there. He was there visiting.
Yep.
And Jesse hanging out. He's having fun with everybody. Jesse leaves, and then all of a sudden they bring out a cake for your birthday.
And I had no idea about it.
You had no idea about it.
Nope.
G says that they forgot about the cake. They forgot that they had one. It wasn't anything that they were trying to cheat Jesse out of cake. But in the meantime, Jesse did get cheated out of cake. He didn't get cake. Do you believe the Echevarrias when they say that they didn't intentionally keep the cake from Jesse? Or do you think that there is a reason? Now, my theory is that when Jesse eats cake, he just motorboats that cake and like it goes everywhere. And like
I'd pay to see that.
Yeah, that's my theory. But what is your theory on why Jesse did not get cake?
Well, I think because Jesse had to leave. Were you getting ready for something? Show that night? Yeah, you were on PGG that night.
I was on PGG. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why he left early so he can make it home to do the PGG. I think they just forgot that they had the cake and like because
See, this is why having multiple friends is a problem because like you can't be there for all of them all the time.
But I will buy a cake for Jesse if he comes up again. And then I will give you $30 to motorboat that cake.
Wow. There you go. $50 and a cake. Come on. That's great.
I felt bad for missing out on the celebrating of the birthday, not that I didn't get cake.
Well, and Trevor asked that. Well, did you not want to celebrate DubDub's birthday, Jesse? Is that why you didn't stay for cake?
The cake was there. Look, he already said that they were drunk before the food was even cooked and his son took over, and that was hours before the cake.
So did you not want
She fell asleep on the stairs?
Birthday? Are you not happy that DubDub was born into this world? Is that what you're saying? I'm just trying to get to the truth here.
I'm so glad we got to have you on the show, DubDub.
Gee, what kind of party you running that you don't tell everyone who tries to leave? That's true. That's true.
No, that's actually a good scam if you want more cake for yourself. You get people to leave.
They have more cake.
Purple gang, like, hey, Jesse's coming to this birthday party, but he doesn't know it's a birthday party, and a couple other people are going to leave when he leaves, so we'll bring the cake out after. So can you get him on the show?
It wasn't a birthday party. That's even the thing. It wasn't even a birthday party. It was a G's get-together.
There was cake and celebrating a birthday, so it became a birthday party. And that's fine.
Still have cake in the freezer. So G has frozen the remainder cake and is just snacking on it from the cake that you didn't get, Jesse.
And the worst part is my son left the buffalo chicken dip there and I didn't get to finish it.
Oh, wow. That's the worst. That's the worst.
He's a little jerk.
Man.
I ate half of a what are those things called? A raspberry strudel this morning. So I'm fine. I don't need cake.
Oh, all right. DubDub, we have a new segment that we've started doing on the show. I don't know if you've heard this story, but at one point, very, very classic story. Jesse was in a movie theater. A guy was proposing to his girlfriend, and Jesse booed them. Okay. And not sure if you've heard the story from Jesse's standpoint.
Nope.
Jesse has said that he is done telling the story. He's told it on OffWorld a few times. He's told it here. And so now what we like to do is have guests tell the story of Jesse booing the wedding proposal and kind of what other things may have happened before and after or during. So at this time, we'd like to kind of embiggen you and have you tell the story of Jesse booing a wedding proposal at a movie theater. Go ahead.
But I've never heard the story. How would I know?
You just got to imagine in your head how it went down. Now I can tell you a few.
What was he seeing? What was he watching?
Here's what I can tell you. I can tell you a few facts. Jesse was there with a couple friends, right? This gentleman was there with his girlfriend, and I believe her parents. That's pretty much it in the theater, right? And then it was before the movie, before the previews had started. It's like the commercials and stuff. Something sappy comes up on the screen, and it's like a "Will you marry me?" Guy gets down on his knee, but tell us your take on Jesse booing this wedding proposal. What was going through his head? What actions did he take? What happened after the fact? Go ahead.
I'm completely clueless. I wouldn't even know where to go with that. Like, did he really do that?
This is a true story. We're just asking for when you hear those facts. You hear that Jesse booed a wedding proposal. How do you envision it going down in your head? Let's just play it out. Go ahead.
I have no idea. All I see is maybe him throwing some popcorn while he's doing it.
Oh, threw popcorn at him. Very cool.
Maybe a large soft drink.
Oh, he threw a soft drink too. I mean, Jesse does get the concessions from the movie theater because he's very anti bringing stuff into the theater. Like you.
Oh, well, that's even worse.
Yeah, so he definitely would have had concessions that he paid many dollars for that he didn't need to. But go ahead.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to bring popcorn if I don't need to.
Yeah.
If they have movie, you can't beat movie popcorn. So I don't know. Would he risk throwing movie popcorn if he bought it?
It's your story. I don't know. You tell us.
Well, I have no clue. You speak. Why don't we have AI bring it up?
Here's one from G.
Don't bring AI into this one.
Maybe try this one, DubDub. We'll go ahead and read this one from G.
He just came out of a relationship, so when he heard someone was doing a proposal, he started throwing tomatoes and was booing.
Wow.
Were they cherry tomatoes?
You did that,
or were they
Jesse?
the regular giant tomatoes?
Rob says this story is on Reddit told by the couple, and they describe Jesse to a T. Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Well, that was apparently Jesse threw popcorn and soda at them. So,
and according to G, tomatoes, but
and
he didn't clarify what kind of tomatoes. Were they like the jumbo tomatoes or were they like cherry tomatoes?
You don't get to add G stuff. He had his shot to tell this story a couple weeks ago.
He didn't. Well, I didn't see him. Did he tell us?
G just helped him out. So, yeah.
That's not against you, Dub. That's G.
Dirk says if you bring your own snacks, you're wrong. If you buy snacks there, you're wrong. The amount of free popcorn just laying around everywhere. Don't be rude. That's true. There is a lot of free popcorn.
True raccoon fashion.
Yeah. There's also a lot of sticky leftover soda on the floor. So, yeah.
There's a lot of betrayal going on in here. Mark, I see that.
You know what?
The only person who's like on my side here is.
Well, that brings up a good question. Yeah. Did you bring the tomatoes in, Jess? I know you don't like bringing things in there, but I don't know any theaters that sell tomatoes. So how did you get them in there?
He smuggled them.
He doesn't like smuggling things into the theater. Was this a special theater that had tomatoes? Was it one of those theaters that like also makes like burgers and stuff and maybe even BLTs? And you said, hey, by the way,
bring it to your table.
Do you have any tomatoes back there that I can just purchase from you? Because there's something I want to do in this theater.
That kind of dining in a movie theater should be illegal.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Good point.
Nothing's more enticing than sitting there watching a movie you've never seen before enjoying the tension. Imagine watching A Quiet Place in one of those theaters that's got like the full menu that you can order, and there's just some schmuck behind you clinking and clacking their silverware on the plates. It's like, all right, aliens, come eat this motherfucker.
Steph said
That explains it.
Steph said Jesse made the girl cry during the proposal. So that's sad, Jesse. Is that why you broke up the wedding proposal? Because it was one of those fork eating theaters and you were just really angry about it?
No.
Oh, all right. The woman had to reach into a jar of mayo to get the ring, and that was the great point for Jesse.
If that's how the proposal went down, that woman needs to rethink her life. I will judge the shit out of that one.
Yeah. Well, tune in next week, folks, to see what our next guest says about Jesse breaking up the wedding proposal. So,
who's that next guest?
That's a good question. We don't know. But that, I think, is a show. You got anything else coming up that you want to promote or that people should know about, DubDub?
No, nothing I can think of off the top of my head now.
Okay. Check out Lacerta Photo on Instagram for all your toy photography goodness. And check out the Cabal for when he may take a picture of you when you're not looking, but you're really at your best. So it'll be the best photo you ever get of yourself.
They're can-dids, not can't-won'ts.
That's right. There you go. All right. Well, thank you for joining us, sir. We are going to put you backstage. If you've got to run, we totally understand. If not, hang out, and we will be right back with you.
I'll be here.
All right. Thanks, man. We'll see you in just a second. See, Blake, aka Recon Rage, got here. Appreciate you joining us after you're done with another show competing. So, yeah, thanks for showing up.
Just remember who's not bitter.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He is the star of OffWorld now. He's made OffWorld relevant. So I can't be too mad. I love me some Blake. Just wish I would have got
First
to
sour,
hug him at
sweet.
the Navy Pier. Yeah. Slow motion run on Navy Pier with the Ferris wheel in the background.
I don't think you're allowed to run on Navy Pier.
The hair, the sun glistening off of his forehead and 5 head and
boo.
Is that what it was like?
Yeah.
So if Blake proposed to me at the Navy Pier, that's what you would do?
If you did it in a movie theater to the stupidest 80s rock ballad of all time.
What ballad?
Which I can't remember. I don't know. It was horrible. It's so generic.
Oh, all right. There you go. So it was the music that set Jesse off. So amazing.
It was the whole thing.
So, all right. Jesse, do we have a show next week?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we have a show. I have no idea who the guest is. If you want to be on the show, send your application to www.curtis./_dungeon remastered pegging optional.org.
GIMP application. Yeah, send me your best Jesse breaking up a proposal story, and I will take the best one, and that will be our guest for next week. So,
what just happened? I feel like I just
went by. Like, I mean, a huge one, like a meaty fly. Like I don't eat flies, but if somebody was to eat flies, like it was an eating fly. Like it was massive. Like it was a 3-course meal fly. So
I don't want to be able to touch my own eyeball, but I think it's pretty cool that like some frogs and stuff can like lick their own eyeballs. That seems beneficial.
Do they do them because they're dry, or why would they lick their eyeball?
I don't know.
Interesting. All right. I think that's a show.
Yes.
Yeah, he's flying around here. I hear him. He's going buzz, buzz,
Please
buzz,
don't
buzz,
eat the fly.
buzz. I'll propose to him. Dear fly, you've made my life so wonderful. I can't imagine.
You've already said way more than that video did.
I can't imagine another day without you, fly. Would you please make me the happiest man on earth and marry me? Jesse? No. I thought you were going to boo me.
No, you're talking to a fly. I'm not a fly.
I was talking to the fly. I was proposing to the fly.
Right.
I was expecting you to boo me.
Oh.
Joe says he's got a dog that licks his eyeball.
Well, I meant like, and he said not fun. Like, I mean, if you were the type of creature that could lick your own eyeball, like, and it wasn't weird.
So you don't want another creature to lick your eyeball. You want to be able to lick your own eyeball.
Oh, gross. No.
Gotcha. Are there other parts of you that you wish that you could also lick?
No.
Just your eyeball. Okay. There you go, folks. That's a show. Until next time.
Don't stick a bone arm in the boom boom hole?
That's right.
No!